AEW Dynamite took place last night. I apologize for the late review, but this is the best I can do. I know it's a bit too late for some of you. You might be angry, but at least I have it here up for you. You started the show off, and this is actually for next week. I'm trying to say is I think Dynamite's going to be on Saturday, the same night as TakeOver. I think it airs during the day, so I guess AEW and NXT always have to go head to head. But next, with this show, you had the Young Bucks face Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Very good opener. Just I don't care about the Dark Order. I think they're the worst thing ever. But the Young Bucks got the win. You have MJF backstage. He begins making his way back to the ring. Then you have Kenny Omega backstage. He says the Young Bucks are his favorite team and the Gods of Wrestling tag team. And you know his team's the Gods of Tag Team Wrestling, Kingman Page and himself Omega. MJF came to the ring with the announce desk with his people he's with. I guess it's his entourage, his political cabinet, if you will. He cuts a promo in the ring from behind his podium. He ripped into Jon Moxley. As the show continued, you had the replay of the Sammy Guevara Matt Hardy chair shot last week. So Sammy Guevara was in a lot of trouble backstage. I heard he was chewed out heavily. Not a good thing. He had Matt Hardy, who's pretty mad about it. He attacked referee Mike Posey, and he thinks it's Guevara. So Guevara's in his head. He had Cody, the TNT title, who's alongside like 20 people. He's with Dustin, his brother, his wife Brandy, Allie, QT Marshall, and Allie's with QT. That's why they're all a stable now. And you have Arn Anderson. So you have three male wrestlers, 2 female wrestlers. Is Brandy still a female wrestler? We barely see Allie wrestle, and Arn. So yeah, so Cody won. He beat Scorpio Sky. Both good matchup here. I enjoyed it here. He was a heel basically in this match. I thought Cody was very good. He beat Scorpio and he retains the title. You had Mr. Brody Lee appear and deliver a strong promo. He challenges Cody for the title on the next Dynamite Saturday, August 22nd, which is wow, that's right before the SummerSlam or right before the NXT show that day. So that's gonna be a big day. I can't wait for that. Dynamite and NXT on Saturday, and you have SummerSlam Sunday. Private Party said Hardys were their favorite team ever. You had Omega and Page beat Luchasaurus. This was okay. I didn't really care much. You had Santana Ortiz cut a promo in the locker room. They refused to apologize to his van last week. Instead, they dragged some suitcases and items from the van into the shower and poured bleach on them. Young Bucks and FTR in the ring with Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. This is a good promo, and they talk about the Rock and Roll Express, and I thought this was well done. He had FTR here. They're trying to sell him up really good. It's just, my thing is, when you see these wrestlers in the ring, they look so much smaller than everyone. That's what I've been thinking with the FTR and with the Young Bucks. They're so much smaller than even the veterans who are all middle-aged men or all older. That is a big problem here. I think people have to talk about it, is the size difference. The size discrepancy is pretty big of a big issue here. Alex Marvez in a review of Chris Jericho backstage. He said about saving Kyoto's life 18 years ago, and he wants Kyoto to call it right down the middle tonight. Of course, he wants Kyoto as a heel. He promised to call it down the middle, and when he gives Kyoto a single, he needs to call it down the middle, and he'll give him a job in AEW. Hikaru Shida defeated Heather Monroe. This was okay. This is Heather Monroe's debut. Average matchup, not much to say here. Shivani interviews Shida. You had Jake Roberts backstage with Lance Archer. Pretty okay here. You had the Deadly Draw Finals. They're announcing a whole bunch of stuff for next week. Next week on the Saturday show, you have FTR against Private Party. Omega and the Bucks against Reynolds, Silver, and Ingles. And you have Deadly Draw Final, Darby Allin in action, Lucha Bros, Butcher and Blade against Jurassic Express, and Cody versus Mr. Brody Lee. So you have a thing where next week it's gonna be they're gonna go all out. No pun intended, to go up against NXT. They're trying to shine them. Main event: Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho. Of course, Kyoto's the referee here. It's a 7,000 obligation match. This was an okay match. I don't think Cassidy should be beating Jericho. I like Cassidy more as just a jobber gimmick. or an opening act. I don't think he should be in the main event, but he's all right here. This was a good match. You had Santana and Ortiz run in. Best Friends were in the straight. You had Hager run in and slam Cassidy while Kyoto's distracted. Jericho covers Cassidy, but he kicks out the trace strikes. Jericho hits a low blow. Cassidy ducked Judas Effect and used a mousetrap cradle on Jericho for the win. And not a good executed finish with Orange Cassidy. Pins Chris Jericho, and that's it. And wow, big upset here. Cassidy with the win over Jericho, and a huge win for him, and he wins the 7,000 obligation matchup, and that wrapped up Dynamite.